Welcome back to Sidelines TV. I'm here today in Wellington, Florida with Dr. Liz Maloney. Liz, how are you?
I'm great, thanks.
Great. Liz is a Tufts-educated veterinarian that has a practice in Massachusetts, but she's also an active rider, and it's really kind of fun to be able to catch up with her here down in Wellington. She has a real unique perspective in that she knows everything about the back of the house with animals, but also all the show stuff that we know about, actually much more than we do. You were saying something earlier that I think is so funny, that you should have a test before you get in the ring. Can you tell me about that?
Well, yeah, I show as an amateur, and I've noticed over the years that there are fewer and fewer people that I would consider to be amateurs. And I've always thought it would be great if we had a class where you had to prove that you're an amateur by producing your W-2. You had to prove that you could load your horse in a trailer, connect the trailer, drive it to the horse show, fix the flat if you had one, get to the horse show, tack the horse up yourself, walk the course yourself, and compete. And if you could do all those things, then you could compete as an amateur.
But we wouldn't have anyone competing.
Well, that might be my only way of getting a ribbon. Because so far I still finish middle of the pack.
Oh,
so I'm trying
funny.
to thin out the competition.
That is so funny. But it is really fortunate that you, for people that come to you, you know everything they're talking about. It's not like there's a disconnect.
Yeah, I feel like it gives me a lot of street cred with my clients, that I understand what they're talking about. I understand the divisions that they're in and the requirements of those horses. And not that I could compete successfully against my clients necessarily, but I know what they're talking about, and I can empathize with them, with the stress of competition, the stress of keeping their clients happy and doing the right thing for the horses. So I have an appreciation for the horse show world that maybe not every equine veterinarian gets to have.
Yeah, that's definitely true. You also had the fortune of riding with Leslie Howard for a very long time.
I did. I love Leslie. She's so generous with what she knows.
Mm-hmm.
And I think one of the things I really took from riding with her is she taught me a new level of sensitivity and listening to the horse and feeling what was underneath you. So she had a way of, and still has a way of getting on a horse and can tell you, I think the problem's right here or right here.
Right.
And she's made me think of other ways to diagnose and suss out these difficult lameness and performance issues by getting on a horse and feeling it. So I do that a lot with my clients' horses. If they say, but he just feels like this, and I'm watching from the ground, I'm thinking, I just don't see it.
Yeah.
But I'll say, well, let me get on him. Is he going to buck me off? If he's going to buck me off, I'm not getting
doing
on.
it. Yeah, right.
And so, and then getting on and going, okay, now I know what they mean. Now I know what they mean about whatever, his head and neck are over here, or I really feel like there's a hole under my right seat bone. Or maybe the horse isn't lame, but has a different issue higher in their skeleton, and getting on has helped me so much to help become a better veterinarian.
Right. That's really, really fortunate, though, for anybody involved with you. Do you think that you like competing more, or do you like practicing medicine more?
I say that I work to ride.
Yeah, you have to.
But honestly, I love what I do. And even if, I did play that big Powerball game and
Nothing.
Nah. But even if I were so lucky to not need to work, I don't think I couldn't work, because it stimulates me so much and it's so challenging. And just when you think you've learned enough as a veterinarian, you learn that you don't know anything, and it's back to the beginning again.
Yeah, that's
so
great, though.
The more you know, the less you know. So that intellectual curiosity, I haven't gotten away from that yet. I've pursued chiropractic and acupuncture and just other ways to skin a cat. I love joint injections, they work great, but sometimes you need to look outside of that box and find other ways to make the horses happy.
It's true. Have you found that acupuncture in particular has been really advantageous?
I do. I probably don't do enough of it because it doesn't suit my personality. Because you need to be patient and you need to see a horse frequently to have the benefits. And I got to get an answer now. I got 10 more appointments, and I'm not going to be anywhere in this part of the state for 3 more weeks. So I think I tend to do more chiropractic work, and I find I get to where I want the horse to be a little more quickly that way. But sometimes there's a case where acupuncture is absolutely what that horse needs. And figuring that out is a challenge.
So do you have any pearls of wisdom you want to impart?
I guess as I get older and practice veterinary medicine and watch horses at a horse show, I'm hoping that people are becoming better listeners to their horses. I think we used to always think, oh, he's a jerk, or, oh, geez, he just doesn't bend right, or, you know, oh, he hates that kind of jump, or he used to be good, but now he really doesn't like that kind of jump. And taking a step back and thinking, wait a minute, horses don't really want to be bad. Horses aren't looking for trouble. They want to blend in, they want to keep everybody happy. So if all of a sudden a horse has a change in his performance or a change in his behavior, it's not so likely that he's trying to be a jerk. And to think, well, maybe there's something wrong. Maybe he doesn't want me to put that saddle on today, or maybe he's stepping away from the mounting block because he doesn't want me to get on, or maybe he doesn't want me to catch him in the stall, and that was never a problem, and he doesn't want that now. So if we can pick up on those things, be better listeners to our horses, hopefully they won't develop into bigger and bigger performance problems.
If you could transfer that to the human world, you could make $1 billion. A relationship solver.
Well, I really need the $1 billion because I don't know if you noticed, but I try to ride jumpers and they're really expensive.
Expensive, yes they are. Just the entrance fees.
Exactly so.
Great. Well, Liz, thanks for taking the time with us.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
For Dr. Liz Maloney, I'm Rob Jordan, Sidelines TV.